Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. We're going to jump into tidbits for today, and we're going to start with Chase is losing a transfer partner. No, it's not the transfer partner you're worried about. It is, however, a pretty significant loss in terms of the sort of prestige of the airline. Now, they are losing an airline partner, so we'll just jump into it. They are losing Emirates. Chase will be losing Emirates as a transfer partner in October. Emirates has recently been changing its point valuations and point transfer capabilities with a number of issuers. There was a pause with Chase and American Express and Bilt earlier this year. All three of those had their transfer rates paused from mid-May until about mid-June. And there was speculation that they were going to be losing Emirates as a transfer partner. It is currently not the case with American Express and Bilt. You can still transfer one-to-one between Bilt and Emirates or American Express and Emirates. Citi has seen its transfer rate with Emirates drop by 20%. So it used to be a pure one-to-one. It is now a 1-to-0.8, and even worse if you hold no annual fee cards for transferring. Chase will end transfer partnership with Emirates Skywards in October. You'll no longer be able to transfer Chase Ultimate Reward points to Emirates Skywards. Starting in October, Chase Ultimate Reward members will lose the ability to transfer points to one of the world's most aspirational airlines after the existing transfer relationship ceases to exist. Here's what you need to know. First reported by Thrifty Traveler, Chase quietly posted an update about the status of its transfer relationship with Emirates Skywards. The statement says that Ultimate Reward transfers to the Skywards program will no longer be available as of October 16th, 2025. News comes amid much activity surrounding the Dubai-based carrier's loyalty program. Earlier this summer, transfers from American Express, Bilt, and Chase were paused for several weeks. At the same time, we learned that Citi Thank You Points would devalue their transfer ratio in the program, which ultimately happened at the end of July. Later, we learned that Amex would also be reducing its transfer rate to Emirates from 1-to-1 to 5-to-4. That is also set to happen in September. Now Chase has decided to part ways with Emirates altogether instead of reducing its transfer ratios, given that Ultimate Reward points transfer to other airlines at a 1-to-1 ratio. All of these point to major changes coming to the Skywards program. It's already made a few moves, such as blocking non-elite members from booking first-class flight award tickets. That signal a future in which the program is much more exclusive and closed off from other programs outside of the Emirates ecosystem. Plus, it has consistently raised award rates and cash surcharges on award tickets, making it harder and less appealing for flyers to book tickets with transferable points and miles. At this point, we don't know of any specific changes coming to the program, but losing Chase as a transfer partner is certainly bad news for award travelers now that we're left with one less option for transfers, and two of the remaining partners have or will soon have subpar transfer rates. Chase made the decision here that they would rather still offer one-to-one rates with airlines that want to participate with Chase and do so one-to-one. All of Chase transfer partners are one-to-one, whether it is Hyatt, whether it is United, whether it is JetBlue, and Chase is willing to walk away rather than give you the subpar transfer rate. Now, is a subpar transfer rate better than no transfer rate? Yes, but Chase doesn't see itself as being willing to make that trade. American Express can get away with it because they have the same transfer rate with a number of other airlines. JetBlue is 5-to-4 with American Express. Citi's doing 5-to-4 with Emirates to keep Emirates. Do they really need to now in a world where they have American Airlines? I don't think so, but they would rather not lose a transfer partner at a time where they're trying to relaunch a premium rewards credit card and trying to keep folks interested in their program after American Airlines. So it makes sense for Citi to accept the reduced rate. Bilt will probably have to accept a lower rate at some point from Emirates. It's also a question of how many points are moved to Emirates every year. Now, I do get that Emirates is like an aspirational airline, don't get me wrong, and I know that you can get some pretty, before the rewards were changed, you could get some pretty serious value there. I don't know that's the same question. So net, I'm not sure if it's the best or worst overall that this is happening. Now, it might behoove Emirates, if they're going to be doing these things to become more exclusive, that they move their credit card from a not particularly compelling issuer. But I think that works out well for Emirates, because if it's not a good issuer for them, for customers, it's a better issuer for Emirates. So maybe they're going to stick with Barclays. I don't know. But that Emirates card it was the model for the JetBlue Premier card, and it works for Emirates. It doesn't work for JetBlue. But there we go. So Chase has walked away from Emirates rather than accept a lower transfer rate, which is fine. I can't blame Chase for making that decision, but there you go. October 16th, Chase will be losing Emirates as a transfer partner. It'll be interesting to see if Chase actually goes out and acquires a transfer partner shortly thereafter. They haven't done that in a while. And they've only been losing transfer partners over the last couple of years. Like in the last 10 years, how many have they added? I can't think of any offhand. I know that they lost Amtrak at one point, and they had Korean Air as a transfer partner, and they lost Korean Air when Korean Air went to US Bank for its co-branded cards. Next up, we've got TripAdvisor has launched a rewards program offering up to 5% cash back in Trip Cash. So TripAdvisor, best known as the world's largest trip guidance platform, is stepping into the loyalty space with the debut of TripAdvisor Rewards, a new program designed for travelers who want simplicity and instant value. TripAdvisor Rewards gives members 5% back in Trip Cash on eligible hotel and experience bookings, plus additional opportunities to earn simply by engaging on the platform. How TripAdvisor Rewards works, debuting on August 12th. TripAdvisor Rewards gives travelers 5% back in Trip Cash on qualifying hotel and experience bookings. For now, TripAdvisor Rewards is only available through the TripAdvisor mobile app. You won't be able to access or use the program on the website just yet. Unlike traditional reward programs that require complicated conversions, TripAdvisor Rewards keeps it simple. 5% Trip Cash on qualifying hotel and experience reservations made in the TripAdvisor app. 1 Trip Cash equals $1 off future hotel or experience bookings within the app. Earn bonus Trip Cash for activities like writing reviews, adding travel tips, and participating in trip planning. Even if you're not booking right away, earnings never expire, and there's no status levels to maintain. Automatic enrollment. If you're already a TripAdvisor member, you're in. Just open the app and start earning. So TripAdvisor says it's the first major rewards travel platform to launch a rewards program built around how travelers actually plan trips. So you can earn not just from hotel stays, but also from researching restaurants and booking activities. Smart move that only benefits travelers. The travel site has always been a place to check out honest hotel reviews, and it's always where you can find destination tips, restaurant picks, and book tours or activities. So by rolling out TripAdvisor Rewards, the platform is leveling up, making the site useful and rewarding. It's a win-win for everyone who uses TripAdvisor to plan and book their trips. Right now, TripAdvisor is also offering $30 off things to do when you join TripAdvisor Rewards and download the app today. Please, for the love of God, people, please do not break this, because this is nice. This is a nice thing. What does the internet do when it gets a hold of nice things? It breaks them. Please don't do this. Please. All right, we're going to move over to Google, and they've done a quality of life update for folks. This is going to be with Google Flights. So Google Flights rolls out AI-powered flight deals tool, AI, confirms basic economy filter rollout. Google's Gemini model is doing things. Google Flights is making it easier than ever to uncover airline bargains in its new Gemini-powered flight deals tool. Instead of endlessly playing with dates and destinations, you can tell Google what kind of trip you want, and it'll find the best deals for you. Here's what you need to know about flight deals. Google's rolling out the new flight deals feature in beta, giving travelers in the US, Canada, and India early access over the next week. Not everyone will see this right away, but once it's fully available, there's no sign up or wait list. You can access it directly from the flight deals page or in the top left of Google Flights. Flight Deals uses Gemini to interpret plain language searches like week-long trip this winter to a city with great food, nonstop only, or 10-day ski trip to a world-class resort with fresh powder, and then scans hundreds of airlines and booking sites to find real-time prices that fit your request. Google says the Flight Deals tool will continue to improve over time. Elsewhere, the tech giant plans to add a new permanent option to exclude basic economy fares for trips in the US and Canada. And they've got a track record of adding new features to help travelers find cheaper flights, like the best versus cheapest tags, multi-airport round-trip options, and an automatic flight price guarantee. So it's no surprise the company's rolling out Flight Deals. The new Gemini-powered feature takes things a step further, allowing you to describe the trip you want in your own words, and then showing you deals that you might not have discovered on your own. So that's pretty cool. Again, artificial intelligence isn't super intelligent, but large language models and the way you parse things is super, super important. LLMs can be super useful, and it's just keyword matching at a whole other level and just going across hundreds of thousands of options, millions of options instead of the old search crawl. So good quality of life update there. We'll see what else they do. We've got Airbnb also launching a flexible book now, pay later option. So If you've ever tried to coordinate a family trip or a large group gathering, you know the drill. You find the perfect house, everyone agrees, and then you have to pay a big lump sum up front, sometimes 50% of the rental cost. Suddenly, the excitement of booking turns into a logistical nightmare, trying to get everyone on board and agree to how to split the cost. Airbnb is now rolling out Reserve Now, Pay Later option to simplify that process. Here's what you need to know. U.S. guests can now reserve an Airbnb without paying a cent up front. With the new flexible payment option, Reserve Now, Pay Later travelers can book eligible listings with moderate or flexible cancellation policies and wait until the end of the free cancellation period to pay the full amount. The host cancellation policy still applies, but now you can book your Airbnb without forking over serious cash. So you can pay $0 now, $783 charged on August 29th, no extra fees, more info. So you can pay in full immediately. You can pay $0 now. And then there's the Klarna option, which don't do the Klarna option if you don't have to, because $73 per month over 12 months for a vacation is silly. Airbnb says this is part of a broader push to offer guests more flexible options, something that can also benefit hosts by encouraging more bookings. Numbers of a recent Airbnb survey found that 60% of respondents said flexible payment options were important when booking, 55% actively use them when available, and 42% admitted that they had delayed a booking and in some cases missed out entirely because coordinating payment with co-travelers took too long. This feature is currently only available in the U.S. for U.S.-based guests booking U.S. listings, but it's a notable step forward using the pain points of group travel. If it's a success in the U.S., you're going to see more bookings, more revenue for Airbnb. They're going to work on getting it rolled out beyond the U.S., certainly Canada, certainly North America, then going global from there based on their booking platform. So good to see. It's a nice quality of life update from Airbnb as well. So you can reserve now, book later. Not a bad option, as it will give you a little bit of time to put that money together as needed. So there you go. Another thing we've missed over the last couple of days, Capital One's been putting out some interesting stuff, new welcome offers, because they're desperate for signups on some of their lower end cards. But they've also added the ability to get points on vacation rentals through their portal. So Capital One adds vacation rentals to credit card bonus categories portal. So Capital One Travel now offers all eligible cardholders, including the Capital One Venture One Rewards card, Quicksilver, and Saver Cash Rewards card holders, access to over 500,000 vacation rental properties worldwide. Booking vacation rentals through the Capital One Travel now earns select cardholders 5 times rewards, making it easier to rack up travel rewards while booking a home for family and friends. Instead of booking through Airbnb, you can book through Capital One Travel and get 5 times points on cards that aren't the Venture and Venture X. So this marks a new opportunity for card holders, as vacation rentals weren't previously eligible for the elevated 5X categories through the Capital One Travel, at least not on these 3 cards until now. It's a welcome upgrade that lets cardholders book vacation rentals while earning an elevated bonus rate. Not only do cardholders earn 5X Capital One miles on vacation rentals, but they'll also earn 5 miles per dollar spent on local activities like food and wine tours, private boat rides, and more when booked through Capital One Travel as well. But the benefits don't stop there. Cardholders of the Venture One, Quicksilver, and Saver cards will also enjoy complimentary 5-star status with Hertz's Gold Plus rewards program. The status comes with perks like skipping the rental counter and for faster pickup at select locations, access to a wider selection of vehicles, and complimentary car upgrades when available. So Capital One deepening their relationship with Hertz, extending 5-star status to holders of the Saver, Quicksilver, and Venture One cards. Not bad. And the 5 times points capabilities now for travel in the travel portal on those cards makes sense. Again, they're trying to get folks to spend in the portal, and giving the no annual fee cards that aren't related specifically to travel that 5X multiplier is certainly one way to do it. Good moves by Capital One here. I can't fault them for this. Good job there, and be interesting to see what they do. We've got 2 stories from One World to close things out. You can earn up to 50 times points with American Airlines. So earn 50X AA miles to stand up to cancer donations until September 30th. This is also coming from upgraded points. So what is Stand Up to Cancer? Headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina, Stand Up to Cancer contributes to research projects that aim to eliminate cancer. American Airlines has partnered with this organization for several years. In fact, the airline wrapped up one of its jets in the name of people who lost their lives to cancer, a project that thousands of people worldwide participated in. Earning Advantage miles are 2 ways to earn increased mileage from donating For AA members without a co-branded credit card, if you do not hold an Advantage MasterCard credit card, you're eligible to earn 25 American Airlines Advantage miles per dollar donated, and there's no limit to how many miles you can earn this way. For example, a $1,000 donation would earn you 25,000 miles. 25,000 miles, you can get domestic first class reward tickets at saver rates, and you can often find cash fares for around $500 on a one-way cross-country flight in first class. However, donating to a cause such as this is very admirable on its own, so earning 25 miles per dollar is just a great way to feel better. If you hold an Advantage co-branded card, you're eligible to earn 50 miles per dollar donated, as long as you donate a minimum of $25 and a maximum of $10,000. Assuming you maximize this offer, the $10,000 will become 500,000 bonus miles. While that's certainly a lot of money, the redemption opportunities could be worth more than the cost of the donation. Then they give you examples from there. Note that the 50x earnings only applies to the first $3 million donated until September 30th, 2025, whichever comes first. They hit $3 million in donations, it's going to drop from 50 probably back down to 25. Just giving you a heads up there. So if you hold an Advantage co-branded card, donations to Stand Up to Cancer will get you 50 times miles. If you do not hold a co-branded card, you can still make the same donations at 25,000 miles, and you can donate as much as you wish. So interesting play there. I think also with the co-branded cards, you get one loyalty per dollar. You're not going to get 50 loyalty points per dollar, but you are going to get at least one loyalty point per dollar base. So if you donated the maximum, you would donate $10,000. You would get 500,000 bonus points and 10,000 loyalty points for your incredible donation to Stand Up to Cancer. If that's something you want to do, cool. Check that out. And then one last piece of One World news. We've got American Airlines setting up an interline agreement with Starlux. So Starlux and American Airlines have formed a new partnership. They have entered into an interline agreement. This means that customers on both airlines can expect more seamless journeys. Tie-up will allow passengers on either airline to book itineraries between North America and Asia on a single ticket, and baggage can be checked through to a traveler's final destination, even if the journey involves travel on both carriers. So you can book your flight starting on American Airlines. You will change planes to a Starlux plane, and you just check your bags on American Airlines, and Starlux picks it up and takes it from there. Starlux currently has a small North American network with nonstop flights from its Taipei hub to LAX, Ontario, San Francisco, and Seattle. Recently announced nonstop route to Phoenix, a major hub for American Airlines that's slated to begin in January of 2026. Starlux says its soon-to-launch Phoenix flights are specifically timed to enable easy connections for Americans' extensive North American network and Starlux's beyond Taipei. Remember, too, that Starlux has a partnership with Alaska Airlines, another One World Alliance carrier that has its principal hub in Seattle, which is also a Starlux gateway to North America. This partnership is deeper than the interline with American, allowing for reciprocal mile earnings and earning and redeeming on either character. Taken together, the series of moves by Starlux reinforces the airline's transition to join One World Alliance, intention to join One World Alliance, and makes sense given that its crosstown rivals China Airways and EVA Airways are members of SkyTeam and Star Alliance, respectively. So Starlux is making moves to eventually join One World. It has entered into an interline agreement with American Airlines. You're not going to be able to get reciprocal status. You're not going to be able to earn or redeem on both airlines, but this is the start of that process. So after an interline agreement, they would become deeper partners after that and have a relationship much like Alaska and Starlux have. So pretty soon you'll be able to use your American Airlines miles to book Starlux, but not until probably 2027, 2028 at the earliest, depending on how the interline starts. So it always starts with an interline agreement, and then it becomes more of a full-fledged partnership from there. But that is going to do it for this one. If you like what I do, hit the subscribe button down below. Check me out on the Stack Your Points podcast. We record on Monday nights. We release on Wednesdays and on Fridays here on YouTube. We do a live on Thursdays. I also record another podcast with RJ from Stack Your Points. It's called Bridge Banter. We talk about Star Trek Lower Decks. We're doing a rewatch of Lower Decks. We'll probably do a rewatch of other Star Trek shows down the line. Check out the pinned comment if you support me outside of YouTube. There's going to be 2 videos that pop up here. Every little bit helps. If you seriously like what I do, please hit the subscribe button. We're on our way to 2,200 subscribers. I would love to hit 25 before the end of the year, and even getting to 3,000 by the end of the year would be amazing. So if you really want to do and want to support me with that, definitely hit the subscribe button and share it with your friends. Maybe you have friends who are interested in credit card news. Anyway, that's going to do it for now. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.